Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome back to my channel AcademicTuber. Today we are going to discuss Unit 6 from Grade 10 Science, that is Nature and Environment. Before that, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and for more updates hit the bell icon. If you want more videos related to this, please like and do share this video among your friends and don't forget to give your valuable response in comment section. Climate change. The change in statistical distribution of weather pattern due to environmental pollution is called climate change. Climate change is a global problem. It has adverse effect on nature and all organisms including human beings. Therefore, we all should fight against climate change. Causes of climate change. So there are mainly two causes of climate change, that is natural cause and second one is human induced or anthropogenic cause. First one is natural cause. Orbital variation. Changes in the Earth's orbit around the Sun, known as Milankovitch cycle, occurs over a long period of time and influence the amount and distribution of solar radiation reaching the Earth's surface. These cycles are believed to be responsible for glacial interglacial cycles over tens of thousands of years. Next one is solar radiation. Variation in solar output such as solar flares and sunspot cycles can influence the amount of solar energy reaching the earth and impact its climate over shorter time scale. Next one is volcanic eruption. When volcanoes erupt, they release large quantities of ash, gases including sulfur dioxide and aerosols into the atmosphere. These particles can reflect the sunlight back into space, leading to a temporary cooling effect on the Earth's surface. However, this cooling effect is typically short-lived compared to other climate drivers. Next one is ocean currents. The movement and circulation of ocean currents plays a crucial role in redistributing heat around the planet. Changes in ocean currents such as El Nino and La Nina events can influence regional climate patterns. Natural greenhouse gas emission. Natural processes like volcanic activity, wildfire, and microbial activities in the wetlands release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. However, the natural emission of greenhouse gases is generally balanced by natural sinks such as forests and oceans, which absorb and store these gases. It is essential to recognize that while natural causes have historically influenced the Earth's climate, human activities have become the dominant drivers of recent and rapid climate change. The burning of fossil fuel, deforestation, industrial processes, and other human activities have significantly increased the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, leading to the enhanced greenhouse effect and the current warming trend. Human-induced climate change is a critical issue that requires urgent action to mitigate its impacts and build a sustainable future for the planet. Human-induced or anthropogenic cause. First one is greenhouse emission. The burning of fossil fuel for energy, transportation, and industrial processes is a large contributor to human-induced climate change. This combustion releases large amount of carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide into the atmosphere, which are known as the greenhouse gases. These gases drive heat in the Earth's atmosphere, creating the greenhouse effect and causing the planet to warm. Next one is deforestation. The clearing of forests for agriculture, urbanization, and other purposes reduces the number of trees that can absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through photosynthesis. This leads to the increased carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere, contributing to the greenhouse effect. Next one is land use changes. Human activities such as urbanization and agriculture can alter the landscape and land cover. Changes in land use can affect regional climate patterns such as temperature, precipitation, and local weather conditions. Next one, industrial processes. Certain industrial activities release potent greenhouse gases such as hydrofluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons, and sulfur hexafluoride. These gases have a much higher global warming potential compared to carbon dioxide, even in smaller quantities, contributing to the overall greenhouse effect. Effects of climate change. Rising temperatures. Global average temperature have increased, leading to more frequent and intense heat waves, especially in urban areas. Melting ice and rising sea levels. Glacier ice caps and polar ice sheets are melting, contributing to the rise in sea levels. This leads to the coastal erosion, inundation of low-lying areas, and threats to coastal communities and ecosystem. Next one is extreme weather events. Climate change is linked to more frequent and severe extreme weather events, including hurricanes, typhoons, cyclones, drought, floods, and wildfires. Ocean acidification. Increased carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere also lead to the more carbon dioxide being absorbed by the oceans, causing ocean acidification. This has adverse effect on marine life, particularly coral reefs and shell-forming organisms. Next one is changes in precipitation pattern. Some regions experience more intense rainfall, leading to an increased risk of flooding, while others face more prolonged and soft drought, affecting water availability and agriculture. Next one is disruption of ecosystem and biodiversity. Climate change affects natural habitat, leading to shift in ecosystem and migration pattern of wildlife. Some species may struggle to adapt or face increased risks of extinction as well. Next one is impact on agriculture and food security. Changing weather patterns can affect crop yields, water availability for irrigation, and the prevalence of pests and diseases in agricultural system, leading to food supply challenges. Next one is threat to human health. Heat waves can cause heat-related illness, while changing climatic pattern can alter the distribution of disease-carrying vectors like mosquitoes, impacting the spread of infectious diseases. Next one is migration and displacement. As climate change impacts worsen in vulnerable regions, communities may face challenges in coping with environmental changes, leading to human migration and displacement. Next one is infrastructure vulnerability. Sea levels rise and extreme weather events can damage infrastructure including roads, bridges, buildings, and energy systems. Next one is water resource challenges. Climate change affects the availability of and quality of water resources, leading to conflict over water rights and competition for limited water supplies. Economic impacts. Climate change related events and damages can have significant economic consequences, including costs for disaster response and recovery, and disruption to industries like agriculture, tourism, and insurance. Addressing climate change requires global cooperation and efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emission, transition to sustainable energy sources, protect and restore ecosystem, and implement adaptation strategy to mitigate the impact already underway. Measures to control climate change. Transition to renewable energy. Promote the use of clean and renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydro, geothermal, and biomass to replace fossil fuel for electricity generation and transportation. Next one is energy efficiency. Implement energy efficiency measures in industries, buildings, and transportation to reduce energy consumption and greenhouse gas emission. Next one is reforestation and afforestation. Planting trees and restoring forests helps absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, acting as the natural carbon sinks. Sustainable land use. Promote sustainable agricultural practices, reduce deforestation, and protect natural ecosystems to preserve biodiversity and reduce emissions. Climate-friendly transportation. Encourage the adoption of electric vehicles, public transportation, biking, and walking to reduce emissions from the transportation sector. Next one is waste management. Implement waste reduction, recycling, and composting practices to reduce methane emission from landfills. Carbon pricing. Introduce carbon pricing mechanisms such as carbon taxes and cap and trade system to incentivize business and individuals to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. Climate is smart urban planning. Design city and urban areas to be more sustainable with energy efficient buildings, green spaces, and accessible public transportation. Climate resilient infrastructure. Incorporate climate change consideration into infrastructure planning to withstand extreme weather events and future climate impacts. Next one is low carbon technology. Invest in research and development of low carbon technologies such as the carbon capture and storage and advanced energy storage solution. Next one is climate education and awareness. Raise awareness about climate change's impact and the importance of collective action to encourage behavioral change. Next one is international cooperation. Encourage global collaboration and committees through international agreement like the Paris Agreement to set the emission reduction targets and share best practices. Adaptation strategy. Develop and implement adaptation measures to address the impact of climate change on vulnerable communities, ecosystem and infrastructure. Sustainable agriculture. Promote climate smart agriculture practices that reduce emission, conserve water and enhance soil health. Circular economy. Encourage the shift towards a circular economy where the resources are reused, recycled or repurposed, reducing wastes and emission. The country recognizes the importance of climate change mitigation and adaptation to protect its vulnerable community ecosystem and natural resources. Some of the key national efforts pertaining to climate change in Nepal includes National Adaptation Program of Action (NAPA). Nepal has developed a NAPA to identify priority adaptation measures and strategy to address the urgent and immediate need of vulnerable communities and sectors. The NAPA outlines specific projects and action to build a resilience against climate change impacts such as water scarcity, food security, and extreme weather events. Next one is NCCP, National Climate Change Policy. Nepal has formulated a national climate change policy that outlines the country's overarching framework for climate change mitigation and adaptation. The policy aims to mainstream climate change concern into national development plans, policies, and programs. Next one is National Adaptation Plan. Nepal is in the process of formulating a NAP to enhance its capacity for medium and long-term adaptation planning. The NAP process involves assessing climate change vulnerabilities, identify adaptation options, and integrating them into sectoral and local plans. Next one is renewable energy promotion. Nepal has been promoting the use of renewable energy sources such as hydropower, solar energy, and wind energy to reduce its dependence on fossil fuel and lower greenhouse gas emissions. Next one is REDD+, RED+, reducing emissions for deforestation and forest degradation. Nepal is engaged in a RED Plus initiative to address deforestation and forest degradation, conserve forests, and enhance carbon sequestration to mitigate climate change. Next one is community-based climate resilience. Nepal places emphasis on the community-based approach to climate change adaptation. Local communities are actively involved in identifying their vulnerabilities, developing adaptation strategy, and implementing climate resilient projects. International Committee. Nepal is a signatory to international climate change agreements such as the UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, and Paris Agreement. The country has committed to implementing nationally determined contributions to reduce greenhouse gases emissions and adapt to climate change. Next one, research and data collection. Nepal is continuously involved in climate change research, monitoring, and data collection to better understand the impact of climate change and inform evidence-based decision making. Next one is capacity building and awareness. Nepal focuses on building the capacity of government institutions, civil society organizations, and local community to address the climate change challenges effectively. Public awareness campaigns and the educational programs are also conducted to promote climate change awareness and action. It is important to note that the climate change is an ongoing global challenge and national efforts in Nepal may continue to evolve and adapt to new scientific findings, changing circumstances, and emerging needs. For the latest information on the Nepal's climate change initiative, it is advisable to refer to official government sources and reports. Next one is international effort. International efforts pertaining to climate change involves collaboration and action taken by countries and international organizations to address the global challenge of climate change. These efforts aim to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions, adapt to the impact of climate change, and work towards a more sustainable and resilient future. Some of the key international efforts include United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Next one is Paris Agreement, which was adopted in 2015 under UNFCCC. Next one is Conference of the Parties COP, which is the supreme decision making body of UNFCCC. Next one is IPCC, International Government Plans on Climate Change, which was established by the UNFCCC to assess and report on the latest scientific findings related to climate change. Next one is Green Climate Fund, GCF, Technology Mechanism, United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, Global Climate Action, International Climate Finance, Sustainable Development Goals. Climate action is one of the key components of the 2030 Agenda for the Sustainable Development, with SDG 13 focus on climate action. These international efforts are crucial for building a collective response to the global challenge of climate change. Through cooperation, collaboration, and shared responsibility, countries can work together, achieving climate goals and securing a sustainable future for the planet. So, main reasons for the extinction of many plants and animals. First one is the destruction of habitat and fragmentation, which is because of human activities such as deforestation, urbanization, and agriculture. Next one is climate change. Many species may struggle to adapt to the rapidly changing conditions, leading to reduced population size and increased vulnerability to extinction. Next main reason for the extinction of many plants and animals is pollution. Pollution poses direct threat to plants and animals, affecting their health, reproduction, and overall survival. Next one is overexploitation. Overexploitation of many species, leading to population declines and in some cases extinction as well. Next one is invasive species. The introduction of non-native species to new environment intentionally or accidentally can disrupt local ecosystem and outcompete native species for resources, which may lead to the population declines and extinction of native flora and fauna. Next one is disease and pathogen. It is another cause for the extinction of plants and animals. Next one is habitat degradation. Next one is loss of genetic diversity, legal and illegal trade. Animals and plants are often harvested for their skin, horns, tusks, and other body parts, leading to population declines and endangering species. Next one is lack of conservation effort. Conservation measures for protecting rare flora and fauna. First one, we need to protect their habitat. Next one, specific conservation plans should be implemented. Next one, restoration of degraded habitat. In situ conservation, promotion to the in situ conservation. Ex situ conservation as well. Establish ex situ conservation such as seed banks, botanical gardens, captive breeding programs for rare plants and animals. Next one is monitoring and research, also giving public awareness and education. Anti-poaching and law enforcement, enforce law and regulations to combat poaching and illegal trade of rare plants and animals. Collaboration and partnerships with different NGO, INGO, multinational corporation, local community and international organization, sustainable land use and development, mitigation of invasive species, climate change adaptation, genetic diversity preservation, engaging local communities, international corporations. Now we are going to discuss protected birds and animals. The following animals and birds are protected in Nepal: 27 species of mammals, 9 species of birds, and 3 species of reptiles. Here is a table showing the 29 species of mammals protected in Nepal. Next one, so here are 9 species of birds protected in Nepal and 3 species of reptiles protected. Medicinal plants of traditional use found in Nepal. According to the Department of Plant Resource, more than 7,000 flowering plants are found in Nepal. More than 700 species of plants are identified as medicinal plants and used as medicine. So first one is holy basil, which is commonly known as tulsi. Its scientific name is Ocimum sanctum, and according to our tradition, people who have reached the end of their life are kept near this plant to compensate for the lack of oxygen. All plants or parts of plants including leaf, shoot, flower, root and seed are important. It is used for the treatment of cough, headache, digestive disorder, antimicrobial and kidney stone. Next one is neem. Its scientific name is Ada Didacta indica, and its all parts like the leaves, root, its stem, flower and fruits are used for making varieties of Ayurvedic medicines. It is used for the treatment of skin problems, intestinal worms, stomach problems, bad cholesterol, and to minimize the blood pressure, high blood pressure. Next one is hot-leaved moonseed, which is commonly known as gurzo. Its scientific name is Tinospora cordiflorea. Its rhizome, which are also known as the modified roots, is used for the treatment of cough, immunity problem, antioxidant, tonsillitis, and gastritis. Its overuse reduces sugar level in blood. Next one is Asiatic pennywort, which is commonly known as goat tapre. Its scientific name is Centilla asiatica. It is a perennial herb which lives more than 2 years, and its leaves and other parts are used for the treatment of various skin disorders, diarrhea, depression and anxiety, cough and common cold, fever and minor wounds. It enhances mental capacity and memory power. It is used to make cosmetics like skin care creams, skin toning, etc. Next one is turmeric, which is also commonly known as besa. Its assay unit is curcuma longa. It is perennial herbs and contains vitamins A, B, B2 and C abundantly. Its rhizome is used for the treatment of leprosy, scabies, poisoning, respiratory diseases and heart diseases. It enhances body immunity and used to make cosmetics as well. Next one is Malabar nut, which is known as the osuro. Its scientific name is Justicia adaptode, and it is medium-sized shrub found in the range of Chure mountain and up to the Mahabharat range. It contains chemicals like vasicine, vasicione, hydroxyl, vasicine, etc. And its leaf and flower is used for the treatment of jaundice, control vomiting, respiratory problems, urine burn, cough and cold, mouth problems, etc. Next one is calamus, which is also known as bozo. Its scientific name is Acorus calamus. It is an erect herb with aromatic parts that grow on a swampy lands and on the bank of ponds, ditches, etc. Its rhizome is used for the treatment of cough, cold, tonsillitis, digestive disorder and pain, etc. Its excessive use causes nose bleeding. Next one is caterpillar fungus, which is commonly known as Yasagumba. Its scientific name is Cordyceps sinensis, and it is found at the height of 3000 meter to 5000 meter from sea level in the snow-covered grassland. It is long white or brown color fungus of about 5 to 8 cm and grown on the body of caterpillar. It reproduces by spores. From the old Yasagumba on the land, many spores spread in the atmosphere which get adhered on the body of caterpillar of a type of butterfly. These spores germinate in the body of that larva, then hypha absorbs fungus is spread into the body of larva in search of food. The caterpillar can move for some time but later they become relaxed when the hypha is spread extensively in the body of the larva. Finally, the larva dies under the soil. Then this fungus receives the nutrients from the dead body of the caterpillar and grows. Therefore, Yasagumba has two parts. Upper part is fungus and lower part is caterpillar. In the winter, Yasagumba seems like an insect in which the fungus is fully developed. In rainy season, when snow melts, the fungus completely mollifies the dead insect. This fungus has no root, stem, leaves, flower, and fruits. It is highly price tonic thought for its ability to increase energy and vitality. It also strengthens the lungs and kidney. It is used for the treating cancer and asthma and perhaps more famously for curing impotence and boosting energy. Control the raise of flame and the increased cement. Next one is Mogwort titepati. Its scientific name is Artemisia indica. It is found in the mid-hilly region of Nepal. Its leaf and root is used for the treatment of cuts, wounds, control bleeding from nose, stomach, worms, and scabies. It is used for the production of various types of cosmetics, perfumes, and organic pesticides. Next one is aloe vera gyukumari. The scientific name is aloe vera. In Ayurveda, gyukumari is also considered as sanjivani. Its leaf is used for the treatment of burns, skin diseases, stomach disorder, and joint diseases. Regular consumption of aloe vera juice is beneficial for abdomen, bone joint, and skin-related problems. By this, we have completed note of this unit, nature and environment. I hope this video was useful to you. If you like this video, please share with your friends and don't forget to give your valuable response in comment section. See you on the next video. Thank you.